Don't worry, this story has a happy ending. The beginning and the middle, not so much. We have to operate immediately. Just hours before, we were in the pediatrician's office when my husband and I took our two boys to what was to be a regular checkup. The doctor took one look at my son Maxim and said, "Go to the hospital immediately." On our way to the hospital, we were so shocked and confused. My husband and I were thinking the exact same thing. Like, why was this happening to us? What was going on? And when we entered into the hospital, we were ushered into a room and a team of nurses and doctors swarmed around Maxim, trying to figure out what was wrong with him. When we received the diagnosis that he had a major issue with his heart, and it was a very rare case, the doctor said to us, "We have to operate immediately." Focusing on what I didn't want, and the worst case scenario was an occupational hazard, since I am a law of attraction coach. So I turned to my husband and I told him, we need to focus only on what we want the outcome to be. We need to focus on what we want and only speak, think, and feel from that place. You know, my story is not that unique. Just like me, many of you have also received news or information that you were not expecting and were shocked. Think about what's happening right now. Maybe you got news that you were laid off, or your spouse wanted a divorce, or you found out about a terminal diagnosis of a loved one. And this really was a turning point in your life. Well, I'm happy to say that our son is happy and healthy and is the biggest smart aleck that I know. But I believe that we create our own reality and that we can turn any situation into what we do want by what we say, think, and feel. I truly believe that these traumatic situations in our life are really a jumping off point. These are an opportunity to get clear on what we do want and then create deliberately from that point. Over the last 20 years, I have helped thousands of women and men, just like you, let go of the energy from those bad memories and experiences and moments of being blindsided, and turn it into be able to achieve contentment and health and happiness and success and fulfillment and joy and abundance, especially during uncertain times. You really can have it all. And then the next several minutes, I'm going to show you an effective 3-step process to make big changes, enabling you to manifest your greatest hopes, dreams, and desires quickly and easily. So the first thing you have to know, the first thing I want to talk about is taking contrast, whatever the contrast is, and getting clear, taking that contrast and putting it into clarity. You want to be able to identify a shift that you would like to make in your life so that you can create it. Most people are focused on what they don't want, especially in times like this. And in order to create the outcome you do want, you want your energy, your words, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, and of course your actions focused on what you do want. So what do you want? Everyone else is telling you should master your mind. I'm telling you, you need to master your energy, which is beyond the mind. It includes the mind, but it's beyond the mind. So one thing that you can do at any point in time and any point in your day is ask yourself, what do I want? You know, Helma was someone who attended the Master Your Energy Masterclass and determined to change her life and heal her life of migraines and financial issues. She signed up for our Master Your Energy online course, and consistently over 16 weeks, she was able to stop focusing on what she didn't want and the perceived problems that her mind was having her focus on, and she was able to have her deepest questions answered by the council. Now, the council is a group of light beings and ascended masters that are channeled by me and through me. And they're really here to teach us humans how to master our thoughts and our emotions and our perspectives so we can create a beautiful life experience while we're here, and to be able to live from our divine design of abundance and success. and well-being and loving and supportive relationships. Our divine design is the spiritual and energetic blueprint that each and every human has for his or her life. We each have our own personal treasure chest, and we're meant to thrive and feel good. This is guaranteed. This is the divine design. So Helma was able to connect with this constant stream of positive energy that resulted in her releasing her migraines and completely heal her relationship with money, which allowed her to feel free with money, totally changing everything in her life for the first time in her life. So just like Helma, our minds focus on what's wrong and bad instead of focusing on what we do want. And that mind of ours is very sneaky. And that's why it's important to understand that it's really just not just our minds that we need to master. It's our energy. If there's an energy imprint, which is where you're going along and energy gets blocked or stuck in the body, those imprints will dictate what the mind focuses on because our energy bodies are all connected. So for example, do you remember a time when you had a person call you a name or say something really rude to you? Did you process that energy, or did you go into protection mode, kind of keeping them at arm's distance? Do you remember a time when you didn't get what you wanted and you felt disappointed? And now you're afraid to really desire because you don't want to be disappointed again. Do you remember a friend or even a lover that maybe had absolute all of your trust and betrayed you? If you closed your heart and you closed down and restricted and didn't process the emotions of any of those past experiences, that emotion is still in there. That energy is still in there and creating an imprint that attracts more situations, circumstances that create more and bring up more of those unresolved feelings. This is law of attraction. So take out a pen and write down what situation or life experience you want to be different right now in your own life. Write down only what you do want. We need to have awareness when we're focused on what we don't want, and then immediately shift into what we do want. But this is only the first step. This doesn't take care of the deep energy imprints. So the second thing is, why do you want it? This is where you start to become aware and understand your thoughts and your feelings about the shift that you want from what you don't want to what you do want. And then go further, and it's the why. When you start placing your focus on the why, your mind will start to tell you ways that you can't have it, or how hard it's going to be to create it, or to get realistic. So you can determine if your energy is split and understand the places that you're stuck and shift it so that all the energy parts of you move in the one direction of what you want so you can create it quickly and easily. You know, the earlier you start this process, the easier it is to create what you want. I mean, why would you wait to change this? We're in a once-in-a-lifetime situation causing so many imprints of fear and worry and doubt. And there are things that we can do right now that will affect what you create in your future. It's time to move away from the pain, not only now, but what was imprinted that's now amplifying the pain. Because this is an amplification time of anything that needs to come up to the surface. I mean, how many more nights are you not going to sleep because you haven't moved through the energy? The earlier we work together, the earlier you can enjoy your divine design of abundance and success and well-being and loving relationships. I hear this from people all the time when they realize how simple and easy this process is. God, I wish I would have learned that 20 years ago or 10 years ago. Because this part of the process is a lifetime commitment. You know, energy happens every day. It's moving and changing. Your life is constantly changing. Circumstances and situations are constantly changing. It's not like getting a diploma from university and then it's yours forevermore. Your energy flow is something that needs to consistently be in the direction of what you want, taking the contrast into clarity, deciding why you want it, and then really being committed to focus your attention there. The one thing I always say is that you can start by paying attention to your words. I actually created watchyourwords.com to help you pay attention to the words that you speak and change those words that actually are splitting your energy. Most of the time, you don't even know how it's splitting your energy. But when you become an energy master and can master your words and your thoughts and even your emotions, this is where you will know great peace and power, because you're now aligned with the divine that is breathing you. So the third and final thing I wanted to talk to you about really quick is a process to release the energy to facilitate change and bring in the energy that you do want to experience instead. So how do you want to feel in any aspect of your life? Knowing what you want and why you want it, and then connecting with that feeling, with that energy flowing to you and through you is the way to create it. Most people have this wrong. You're thinking you have to change the situation. We have to get out of this situation and then I can be happy. You think that you have to change a situation or relationship in order to be happy. You need to be thinking about shifting your energy, and then all things you want will shift. When implemented correctly, becoming an energy master will be the one thing that will determine your state of peace, calm, and connection now and in the future. Susan attended the Master Your Energy class because she knew she was not enjoying her life to the fullest the way she thought she could. She was mastered by fear and worry and decided to make a commitment to her long-term health and well-being and create an abundance lifestyle. So she signed up for the Master Your Energy experience that's taught live with myself and the council, who are beings of light that I channel for. And she said that having that community and being able to hear and experience these spiritual truths, it absolutely changed her life. And because we're working with energy and moving the blocks, everything shifted for her. All aspects of her life changed. Her money, her health, her business. She even stopped drinking alcohol without even focusing on it or making that part of her intention. When focusing on how you want to feel, it's important to understand that your words, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs all have an energetic relationship. And we need to isolate the thoughts and emotions from each other so you can release the energy and then deliberately decide what energy you do want to experience. Everything is energy, and all manifestations are created by energy. When you have a chronic thought or emotion, there is energy work that needs to be done. Changing the thought, for example, by doing an affirmation with some kind of breath work, well, that's awesome. It'll help you shift off of what you don't want to what you do want, which is the first step. And that starts to help you feel good. But understand, the thought came from somewhere. And when you're just doing affirmations, it's like kind of cutting the weed right at the top instead of pulling the weed out by the root. So here's something that you can do right now. Go ahead and close your eyes and silently say to yourself, I can't seem to get ahead. And notice inside of yourself, how does that feel? Not good, right? Well, it's based on lack and limitation and not what you want. It's not the truth of who you are. Now shift and say, take a deep breath in and say to yourself, I am a success. And feel the truth of that statement. You could say it a couple of times. I recommend it. I am a success. Or I am abundant. And take a big deep breath in, feeling the truth of that statement. How do you feel now? You can go ahead and open your eyes. Now imagine if you have a block that always is represented by worry or fear or complaining or plain just mistrust, doubt. All of those are imprints. We did not come in learning to experience life in this way. They're imprints based on lack or limitation. So for example, around money, you can say affirmations until you're blue in the face, but unless you get to the root and change the imprint, nothing will shift in your outer reality, because we create everything from our consciousness. When you work with energy, and as the counsel working with energy correctly, you'll be able to release the imprints. Now, one of the most common questions I get all the time is, Christy, will you be able to look at my own personal energy field and help me unblock my stuck energy? In other words, will you help me heal emotionally from my situation? And the answer is absolutely yes. The next step for you is to click the link below and sign up for the Master Your Energy course. And if you're the type of person that wants to grow and expand at a quick pace, you want to feel better even faster, I'm also going to include 30 days of live meditations and processes that will help you integrate everything you learn in the live course on a daily basis, so that this process works even more deeply and profoundly for you. It's live in May, and we're going through emotions for those meditations. So you can obviously try to do this on your own. I see a lot of people that try to do that, but they just don't get it, and they're not shifting their lives. Their outer circumstances, it feels like they're beating their heads up against the wall because they're cutting it off at the surface and not getting it from the root. You know, Laura thought she could do it by herself. She knew about being an energy master because she had been in my community for a while, had attended a free Master Your Own Energy masterclass, but she decided not to take action at the time. And after a few years, she finally was so desperate to feel good that she signed up for the Master Your Energy experience. And in a matter of weeks, energy blocks and imprints based in lack and separation that plagued her entire life were released for the first time in years. And she felt a sense of peace and freedom, and she felt happy. She then said she had wished she hadn't waited and felt regret because she wasted so much time being miserable. So how many more times are you going to close down your heart and push people away because you're afraid of getting hurt, because you can't trust? You're just 16 weeks away to mastering your own energy. Picture a day when you can easily shift your energy and feel faith instead of fear. Picture a day when a girlfriend of yours sees you on FaceTime or sees you at the grocery store and comes up to you and says, "Oh my God, you look amazing. What are you doing?" Picture a day when you experience well-being and abundance and success and loving and supportive relationships, which are all your divine design. Come join us on the Master Your Energy course, and we'll get started on a path to that day where you get to feel good again. You know, Pat Benatar, one of my favorite all-time rockers. I'm a rocker chick. And so I found out that Pat Benatar was coming to Arizona. And so I went online, and immediately on the first day to buy tickets, I got us front row seats, my husband, myself, and my two boys. And as we were on our way to the Coliseum to watch them play, I said to my whole family, my intention is to get a guitar pick from Neil Giraldo, which is Pat Benatar's husband and lead guitarist and producer and amazing. So we're there at the concert, having a great time in the front row, and Neil Giraldo looks right at me, looks down at me, and he's doing his guitar solo right at me. And then the moment happens. He takes the pick, tosses it to me, and because we were in the front row and there was a barrier, the pick was shorter than where I could get it. So he sees that I couldn't get it, so he goes to throw me another one. And my husband, being the nice guy that he is, decides to reach for the pick, punches me in the eye. So now I am like, I can't see anything. but he happened to get the pick. And with my one eye, I see my pick going across my face, and my husband hands it over to the woman next to us who isn't with us, who we do not know. I was so furious. I don't know if I was more mad that he punched me in the eye or he gave my pick away from Neil Giraldo. That was my pick. So in that moment, I had a choice, because I truly believe that in all of our lives, we have two choices. We can either react with the emotion in that moment, or we can step out of the emotion in that moment and decide how we want to respond. I made the choice in that moment to release the anger, which only took about 90 seconds, and I got to enjoy the rest of the evening with my family. But we always have that power of choice, always. Your divine design is to thrive and feel good so that you can experience well-being. Your divine design is to thrive and feel good so that you can experience abundance. Your divine design is to thrive and feel good, having success in all of your endeavors. Your divine design is to thrive and feel good so that you have love and support. Your divine design is to thrive and feel good. That's your divine design. You're divinely designed to thrive and feel good.